Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Unlearned Podcast. Excellent start.
Oh my gosh. Take it out. No.
Oh, we're keeping it. Cara.
Oh,
That was
wow,
phenomenal. I
really?
will say that is the first time that the countdown hasn't worked because there's a whole countdown.
I was like, I don't see it at all. I didn't see anything. I'm up here talking to my roommate and she's still present here. And I'm like, we're about to start, girl. And like, I'm just
hilarious.
Sorry, y'all.
That was amazing. Welcome once again to the UnLearnT Podcast. I'm your host, Ruth Abigail, aka RA, and this is Freedom Friday, where me and one of my friends comes to share with you something we've unlearned recently and how it's made us more free. And today we get to talk to Cara Rogers, who has made an entrance as normal.
Oh,
What's
God.
up, Cara? Welcome to the podcast.
What's up? Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I finally get to be on this cool podcast.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we tried to do this like months ago.
Look, twice.
We tried to do it twice.
Yes.
What happened the second time?
Was it twice? Maybe I'm lying. It could be once. But I feel like every time we tried to record, it was just always something. Either my sound system was like, oh my gosh, see, here we go. I think maybe it was my sound system or something, or I think it was the microphones.
It was.
Oh, something to do with sound, though.
The first time it was that. I think the second time it was a camera thing. It was just a lot, but we got it together.
Yeah, we got it together.
And the next time we do it, this time you're just gonna wait on the countdown, and then we'll have a completely.
Look, I'm telling you, the countdown was not on my screen, y'all. Please believe me.
Oh man, Cara. Okay, so me and Cara have known each other for a while.
Yeah.
But currently, our current relationship is that we work together every day at Angel Street. Whoop whoop. Ooh, ooh. Okay, that was too much. And Cara is well, I'll let you tell her who she is. I'll let her tell you who she is. Who are you, Cara?
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Cara. Yeah, I am what you would call a creative, a believer, and just all around random person. Lover of the color yellow, all the things, guys. Yeah, so imaginative person, all those things, So I could basically be the Powerpuff Girls, sugar, spice, and everything nice. So, yeah. And by the way, I was Bubbles. So
you were.
Y'all was Bubbles.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you have to be like, you have to personify yourself in at least one character in a cartoon. Sure. No,
very good.
Yeah.
No, I that's true. I think I was I wanted to be Princess Jasmine in Aladdin.
Okay.
Because she had a pet tiger, and I just thought that was the coolest thing.
Oh, that's dangerous.
And I was like, if I could have a pet tiger, you know how dope that would be?
That's actually dangerous. So you like to live
like
on
the end. Had one. I mean, it's a cartoon.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Cartoon. Okay, not real life.
No, but you said personify. Okay, you know what?
Yeah, right, true. I mean, for me.
That's what I'm saying.
But maybe not for you. But anyway. Okay, yes, go ahead.
For Cara. Anyway, Cara said she's a creative creator. Man. She's a believer. A believer in what, Cara? Because I don't know. Some people might not know what that means.
Yeah, I believe in Jesus.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. There it is. Very good.
There it is.
Okay. I just want to clarify. You could have, be a believer in the wall, the sun.
You're right. You're
doorknob.
right. I'm sorry.
Know.
Get me together.
We have to be clear. You know what I mean?
Got to be crystal.
And you are also a lover of yellow and there's an inner Powerpuff.
Yeah.
In there. Okay, so you're a creator.
Mm-hmm.
What do you create?
Oh man, I create music. I write music, songs, poetry. I do painting. Although it is like, I think somebody told me that I can't say that it's not good. I guess because it's kind of objective, but I don't believe
Okay.
that I'm
Yeah.
like really like I haven't taken any painting classes. I just do it because it's kind of calming to me. And also recently, like I started loving cooking. So and that's therapeutic as well.
Yeah.
So I create different dishes that come to my mind or different dishes that I want to taste. Like the other day, no, not even the other day, yesterday, girl, I made a cake for a Thanksgiving get together. And guess what it was? It wasn't a regular cake. It was an orange cardamom cake.
Oh, that sounds good.
Mhm. It turned out pretty good.
Was it good?
Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
Cara be cooking, y'all. If you
I
got
be
to go on
cooking.
Instagram
Come on, I be
and
cooking.
just hashtag
Look,
Cara be cooking.
I've been thinking if I should make that its own Instagram page, but don't tell
All right, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes. So, Cara, all right. So we're talking about what we've unlearned recently,
me. Yeah,
and as we were talking before we started recording,
yeah.
you were saying something I think was pretty profound. You were
Hmm.
saying that something you've been unlearning recently was really focusing more on the present
Hmm.
than putting energy into the future so
Yeah,
you could be more present for what's happening right now.
yeah,
All right, so like unpack that. What does that mean to you? How are you how 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 are you focusing in the future that's preventing you from really being present?
yeah. So, me, maybe you may not can tell, but I sometimes can delve into the land of anxiety.
Mm.
And that's because I think so ahead so many times. Um, whether it's like small things or big things like, oh, I really want to buy a house, or, I wonder if I'm going to get married, or I
Mm.
wonder if I'm going to have kids, and all these just different things. Like, I wonder what job I'm going to have next, you know. So don't tell, all right, I said that though. So, but just like, just different things that pop up in my mind in terms of like, future oriented things. And sometimes, um, I could play around and just really get stuck. Cause like I said before, like I'm a very imaginative person, and sometimes I can get stuck in my imagination, and with the what ifs and the maybes and the probablys and all of those different things, just get stuck in my mind, and it just kind of prevents me from being very like here and present and in the now, because I find that sometimes when I do think about like a lot of things in terms of for the future and what the future may hold for me, like it steals a lot of my joy for today. Um, and rather than me like enjoying like what I'm doing now, I'm thinking far in advance.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, that's kind of where where I've kind of been, just kind of not wanting to think in the future. I mean, like, of course, think reasonably to the
Sure.
future, not dwelling on like anxieties or things that can make me feel paralyzed with fear.
What do you feel like what do you, what do you feel like you have missed a little bit lately as a result of focusing too much on future stuff?
Hmm. Something that I've missed out on lately, man. If I'm just being honest, like sometimes just even the joy of singleness,
Mm.
because
Mm.
you think like, oh, well, at least for me, um, will I have a companion or a mate or a husband or whatever, and not to think. and it can sometimes paralyze you into thinking like all of those things are like the ultimate thing, when like right now what I'm doing, like being in this season of singleness, is like very much like, it's very cool. Like, so I don't have to answer to anybody, like go to and fro, spend my money how I want. Probably should not, but you know, but still just really taking the time to just be okay with the season that I'm in right now, and not focusing so closely on what may or may not happen, you know? So I think that's probably one of
Man,
the things.
that's good, Carl. So you done open up a little can now, Carl. You done
Oh
open up a little
Lord.
can
Here we
because
go.
I no, because I've been married now for a little over 90 days.
90-day
And
fiance.
wow, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's no, absolutely not. I was not that I was more of a 8-month fiance. Amen.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've lived most of my life in the single season. And so
Mhm.
I can really resonate with that. Like
Mhm.
there being moments where you don't fully take advantage of that particular season,
Mhm.
and because you might be focused on the, like you said, the what ifs, or
Mhm.
what if
Mhm.
it never happens, and then what, and like, or what if um what if, I don't know, just like
Yeah, yeah,
when,
yeah,
what if
yeah.
it's just really late in life, and then like, well, is there even gonna be fun anymore? I mean, you have these
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thoughts, right? That's real. And I think I think a lot of people feel that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends. It's weird. It's still weird. I mean, I'm very married, but
Yeah.
it's not a I've been living in this skin for like a second, right? I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
feel like I
You're not
probably
that far removed.
no, I'm not. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like I really resonate even still more so even with my single friends than I do with married folks, right? I'm just not getting into this world.
Mhm.
Um and so I don't know. I think that's an important recognition and reality, and it's really hard. Like
Yeah.
it's really hard. Everything around you is about love, which
Yeah,
I put that in
yeah,
quotes because I don't, okay. And and
yeah.
and in couples, and
Yeah.
the holidays are coming up, and that's always a thing. And like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that's so real. I appreciate you
Yeah.
talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's you saw me probably just doing a little, like, it reminded me of the song by the Emotions. What do the lonely do at Christmas? That's my jam. That's my jam.
Yo.
Yeah. But no, it's a real thing, like, because and don't want to delve off into that, but if that's where we're going, then cool. But like, that's a real thing. Is so much emphasis put around like the whole concept of, like you said, love and companionship, and just having someone, and all those, and all that, something like that. And when it's kind of put in your face so much, it's like you kind of can't help but kind of toy around with it,
Yeah.
as if you're like a kitten with like a ball of yarn, and you're kind of thinking about it and in the future and stuff like that. So it's so crazy, because sometimes it's like super annoying, because you don't try to think of it, but it's like very intrusive at times, can
Yeah.
be very intrusive. Um, when you think about those type of things. Um, so yeah, man, it just be, it's something else. But just trying to really unlearn, um, and unlearning things about the future.
Yeah.
And I think also, I know one way that I've tried to start intentionally being present is, I do take, like, if I go to a concert or something, I do take videos and I do take pictures, but they're usually like very limited, like very short, small, minute videos, like seconds of videos. And like, when we went to the concert, we didn't get any pictures at all.
None. Zero.
At all. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh dang, that's crazy. But also I feel like that's a part of just being in the present and being
Yeah.
in the, hey, I'm here now, and I'm not gonna just take pictures just so I can, put them on Instagram and be like, yeah, look at what I did, type of thing, whatever. But it's just like, I know, like, I treasure these things in my heart. Like, I want to keep these things for myself. Some stuff you don't necessarily got to put all out there for everybody to see, because it's for you and for that person to experience whatever it is. So that's a way that I feel like I intentionally kind of just step away and just do stuff. Because I have plenty of pictures and photos and videos and stuff in my phone that I probably have never put up on Instagram or Facebook or anything. And it's just because it's like, well, that's just kind of for me and for the time that I was there. And I can look back on it on my phone and be like, oh man, I really remember that time. And I had a blast. Cause like if it's in my phone, I'm really looking back at it and I'm like, oh snap, that was so fun. But like usually if I put it like on Facebook or Instagram and I keep saying these older references because I'm older. So I don't put a lot of stuff on TikTok. I just don't. I'm still trying to learn how to even navigate that thing.
God,
It's
I don't
so
have a TikTok. God bless you.
yeah, I think I have like 3 things up. So yeah, it's not really a big deal. But just like if I put it out there on into the social media world, is kind of basically to get like some type of like, I want you to like this, I want you to love this, I want you like kind of validation. But
Right.
and really trying to unlearn that as well, like being validated by people who don't really even necessarily know me that well. So I think those probably go hand in hand, kind of being validated by people who you truly know and keeping those things um, hidden in your heart that are like really most important to you. So,
Yeah. Okay. You make a. This is really interesting because when you said the validation and putting stuff up for people to like and post and you know
mhm,
affirm and all this, I think it's really interesting because you're talking about the future and not being present. But when we do that and we make things kind of immortal,
mhm,
then it gives us an opportunity to do that same thing with the past, where
yeah,
you kind of make the past where you live,
mhm,
because that's oh look, well 3 years ago I put up this picture and everybody loved it and I just need to
yeah,
remember that people loved me, or like
yeah,
2 years ago I was part of this group and man, people loved that what we were doing, man, like what in that wasn't that amazing, and then you just kind of like revel in the past,
yeah,
and neither one of those is really helpful for where you are right
yeah,
now. Like you miss the joy of today, right?
yeah,
I think that's really, I love that you brought that up because it's a two-sided coin.
yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I think it's just so important because so many times we get stuck in the what ifs of the future, and then when you, like you said, you put it up on a different social platform, you kind of live or want to continue living in like your heyday of like, I used to do this, and this is how I used to be and all this stuff, and then it kind of prevents you from being in the future. Excuse me, being in the present as well. So it's kind of a sensitive, sensitive tightrope to walk.
Yeah,
You
it
don't want to
is.
go too much forward and don't want to go too far back. But you want to just be here in the present, in the where you are now. Um, because like what you had was what you had, but it's probably no longer for a reason.
That's right.
And then also when you think about your future, like you can think on it and you can be kind of, excited for it, but it shouldn't be like your end all be all. Like this is going to make everything right. Because the present, what we have, I think sometimes what I feel like I can't speak for anybody else, but sometimes what I can maybe neglect with the not being present is like I neglect actually filling up my space with the love that I have now and with all the things that I can do now.
Yeah.
I can see my nephews grow up in real time. I can see how they physically and both, intellectually. And I can also see the friendships that I have and the love that I have from family, friends, and all the and the like. And just kind of understand that, like, man, just take it all in and breathe in, because one day, like tomorrow, today is gonna be my past. But just being kind of like, man, this is really a really cool experience, and just being grateful. I think when you are in the present, it breeds gratitude,
Good.
because you are not promised the future, because you're not promised the future. So when you're in the present, it breeds a different type of gratitude that you can have for the people around you, for yourself, and for what's happening now, that you can't get if you're constantly either stuck in reverse or if you're revving up the engine going toward the future.
Man, that's good. And I think one of the things that came alive in what you said was that the present goes by so quickly.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, you'll miss it.
Yeah,
Like you
for real.
said, like today will become your past in 24 hours. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you
Yeah.
got. And how often we miss today using the time we have today, living in the past or the present. I'm sorry, the
Mm-hmm.
past or the future.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great point. Like, all right, so one of the things that I like what you said earlier was you used the word intrusive. You used the word intrusive, and like you were like, we were talking about the singleness aspect of just kind of like the future thinking, but or single season and all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and how like sometimes the thoughts around the future about that seem intrusive. It's like I don't want to think about it, but
Yeah.
it's coming. Okay, so I like that word intrusive because I think I resonate, and people probably would resonate with the idea of thoughts just feeling intrusive. Like I don't want to think this. Like
Yeah.
you said in the very beginning, anxiety is something that you deal with. Do you
Mm-hmm.
like how do you manage intrusive anxious thoughts?
Yeah, man. So I think that as of lately, I really have been honestly just taking a beat, just kind of just taking a beat and then trying to breathe it out. Like, I think what we don't realize is um, how important breath is, and just breathing and just realizing one thing of I'm in the present, like I'm here,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
grounded, I'm okay.
Yeah.
The things that I'm worried about, that I'm anxious about, that that will pass. It's gonna pass. Like, so just breathe it out. So one thing is simple as just kind of taking a beat, breathing, and then also I kind of like to be, vulnerable and let people know where I am.
Yeah.
Just let people know, like, hey, right now I'm not doing too well, or I need to take a minute to step out and do what I need to do, and then I'll come back, and then I'll be okay. But just being, I think, more um, the overall, I think, thing that I do is just really become self aware
Yeah.
of what's going on, acknowledging those feelings, and just moving with them. I think a lot of times when we don't acknowledge them is when we kind of delve into those spirals. And I think that one thing is like, I want to try to acknowledge them, know that they're there, and try to dictate what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes my feelings can be, I'm trying to think of what the way I want to phrase it. Cause sometimes Okay, so my feelings can be real, but are they true at the time? So like they're real, but like are they true? Just trying to differentiate what where I am at the time.
That's good.
Because we all have feelings for a reason. We have emotions for a reason, and those things are very real. But what's the truth about those things? And just trying to define those things. And I think that's what kind of helps me when I try to get into like an anxious spot or whatever, and just be really honest with people. And I think I just learned over the years that kind of like, I'm not a peninsula. I'm not an island. I need other people.
Yes.
And because like when I get by myself, it's real easy to just continue in their own cycle, going on
That's
and
right.
on in my own head, try to validate the reasonings behind why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. And then you start becoming your own psychologist, and it's just really weird, man. I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
so weird. What's so weird? What's so weird?
Yeah.
What the heck? But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, just knowing that like I can't do anything or any of this on my own, but just letting people aware. And then honestly, like I also pray about it. I just be like, man, Lord, I'm anxious right now, so I need you to help me get out, please, amen. It just be something
Yep.
as simple as
Yep.
that. Like just
Yep.
be like, Lord, I'm not feeling it right now. I need you to remove this.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one thing I love what you said. We do this. This is my own pet peeve, and I'm not going to stay on this soapbox for more than 30 seconds. But I really, and I do it because I've fallen into the lingo. But this idea of, man, I love you said this idea of truth versus reality,
Yeah,
because we use the phrase "my truth" all the time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What I really genuinely think that we mean is my reality.
Yeah.
And now, and reality is valid, and reality
hmm
is real. It's reality.
Yes.
It's it's
Yes.
it's it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
But it does need to be distinguished from the truth.
Yeah.
Somebody's reality could be that nobody cares about
Yeah.
what happens to me. That could
Yeah.
be their reality, and that is fair. But the
Yes.
truth also may be, I have gotten and received phone calls for a week from 3 different people that I didn't pick up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
that's just a random, example. But like,
Yeah.
your reality is real, and
Right.
nobody gets to take that away from you.
No.
But let's not conflate the two, because
Yes.
to say that my reality is, because what'll happen is, my truth is that nobody cares, and you can't tell me,
Right.
it's my truth, and you can't tell me anything about it. Okay.
Yeah.
But is that true though?
Right. Is it true?
Is it true? Do you have actual facts to back that up? Because truth
Yeah.
has to have facts. Reality doesn't. But
Come
truth
on.
has to have facts to back it up.
Yeah.
So reality can be your personal experience.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
But don't call that truth. And then,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That just, it bothers me. I think we give our reality entirely, our current reality. That's the other thing. Reality changes. Truth doesn't.
Yeah.
Reality changes.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Come
it's
on.
like, we put reality on the throne of truth, and it
Yeah.
makes us, it's unstable. You can't
Yeah.
handle that. It's an
No.
unstable thing. It shouldn't rule your life.
Nah.
Anyway,
No.
I'm done.
We have virtual reality.
We have virtual, and
It's
what's
so
crazy is,
crazy.
I think that's crazy, because your virtual reality, literally, we could be in the exact same space, and you have a totally different reality than me.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have on these little goggles, and you're experiencing something completely different.
Completely different.
Same hardware.
Yeah.
Different reality.
Yes.
In the same space.
Yep.
That's how okay, let's acknowledge that. Let's talk about that. But let's not call that truth. Because the truth is, we're actually experiencing the exact same thing at the same time. It just looks different because we're just seeing things differently. That's the truth, right? Anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna stop. But you triggered something, because I really believe that understanding of being able to distinguish between the two, like reality versus truth, will help people with thoughts that are intrusive, that you're like, okay, this is happening in my mind. Like you said, acknowledge it, but don't put it on a throne it doesn't belong on.
Right. No, because that reality, like you said, can change. But like, what's the solidifying truth behind what it is that you're experiencing right now at the time?
That's it.
And I think that's the biggest thing, man. We get it mixed up, like you said. We get it totally mixed up, reality and truth. So I think that's something that I've really, really been learning. Just to identify those things and to know that reality, like the things that I think and where I am and stuff, like, and those feelings, those things, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, those things are real. But like, what's the truth behind it though? Like, what's true? What's true?
What's true? What's true for you today? What is true?
In any way, true. Truly, it's raining outside today. It's truly raining outside today.
It is definitely raining. That is just that's the truth. Yeah.
But the truth for me is that I am, man. The truth for me today is that I'm very much so a person who doesn't know what they're doing, but also is willing to try. And that there will be like different like bumps in the road, different unexpected things that are good, bad, and different. But the truth is that it's okay, whatever it is. Like, so.
Yeah.
So
that's real. There'll always be a season where you don't know what you're doing.
No, for real.
You're going to have to be willing to try.
And you know what? And I think the thing of it is I don't even know if not knowing what you're doing will even be just one season. No. I think we're always not knowing what we're doing. Right. But it's just having the courage to just go ahead and be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And other people just think I know what I'm doing.
That's correct. That's correct.
You know, other people just think I know what I'm doing. And they're validating me as to saying that I know what I'm doing. So
it's the truth now. Folk be fooled out here in these streets.
It's so funny. Like, I think so much about like just how we are as humans. It's just so funny to me because like we legit, I probably think about this more than I probably should, but just thinking just like how we just are here on this earth and we're just moving around as if we know what we're doing or as if we control anything. And I could just imagine us just like if God's just looking down at us, like we like legit just look like ants, just worker ants going in and out, just going about our day. And it's just like, y'all real deal think y'all got any power? If I wanted to, I could wipe you out. Come on, what you think? I could make her, what the heck? Like, it's just so funny to me to really think that we feel as if though we know what we're doing. Right. I think I just came to the realization of like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm just still going to try anyway. And it's okay. If I find where I did miss success, then great.
So as we wrap up this wonderful conversation about unlearning, living in the past or the future and focusing on the present, will you just like talk to someone who is probably experiencing the same thing and struggling with the anxiety of the future, and just kind of give them a couple of thoughts of your wisdom and what you're learning right now?
Yeah. So know that if you are thinking about the future, then that's That's a good thing. That's okay. If you're thinking about the past, that's okay as well. Don't get so stuck in the glory days or the what used to be of the past to where it starts to make you feel regretful of what you shoulda, coulda, or woulda done. And thinking, don't get so ahead of yourself and thinking about the future that it causes you to be anxious. Into where, because we're not really, we're not certain about the future and what it holds for us. Hold very loosely what it is that you think about the future. Don't cling so tightly to it. And where you are now is okay. You're okay. You're enough. And just being is okay. Like a lot of times people feel as if I do this or make this much, then I've made it. Or if I drove this type of car, had this type of house, or this type of man, or this many kids, or live in this district or whatever, then I would have been X, Y, and Z. But just knowing that where you are presently is enough. And you are okay. Like to be where you are right now is just it's a miracle in itself that you're even here just all in this time, in this present time. And just don't think too far ahead. Live very loosely with that. Have some plans, but also know that you're not the author of your own plans. And the things of the past are the past for a reason. If they're regretful or if there's something that was good, think fondly on the things that were good in the past. Be grateful for those, but also have gratitude for the present and just be here, because people need you here. They don't need you in the future or in the past. They need the now you.
Oh, that's good, Cara. Cara, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This was
Cara. Okay, so where can people find you? Because you do be doing your cooking stuff, and then you also be out here in the world singing and stuff, and then you also be out here in the world writing and stuff, and you just be doing a lot of stuff. And so, tell where people can like kind of follow you and just see what you're up to, because you're always up to something fun.
Yeah. So I'm on platforms on Facebook. I do have that on private. So, but if you want to be my friend on there, it's Cara, Kara Rogers, Rodgers. And Instagram, it is Let's, LETS, no apostrophe before the S, Let's _welcome _Cara. That's where you'll see Cara be cooking and just some other random content as well. Y'all, in the new year, well, actually before the new year, I'm going to try to make like some other steps and stuff so I can give y'all like a, website or something,
Hey.
So, but yeah, if you want to follow me there, follow me there.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So thank you, Car, for being on the podcast. This was amazing. And I'm looking forward to the next time. Thank y'all for listening to the UnLearnT Podcast. Let's keep unlearning together so that we can experience more freedom. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.